How's it going, guys? It's Burgas here and welcome to another Call of Dragons video. Today we're going to talk about the Mage accounts. And one of the things in Call of Dragons right now is how many Mage accounts looks terrifying on paper but collapse the moment the war become extended. Now, multiple awakened heroes, multiple legendary pets, multiple Mage marches, and somehow the battlefield impact still feels weaker than expected. Now, what fascinates me was realizing the problem was not lack of investments, it was where the investments was spreaded. Now I'm going to talk about one of the false beliefs. More legendaries equals more power. Most players still thinks progression is mostly about collecting heroes. Now, more awakened mages, more legendary options, more flexibility. But to be fair, after playing like 3 years and something close to 4 years, 3 years and a half, something that I understand is, yeah, you're going to need awakening heroes for sure. It's not the point of this video, but at one point you start having heroes that you basically stop actually using. And one of the first heroes you stop actually using, for me personally, was actually Velen. I still find his place for this bad boy, but if I go for less of 4 legions, if I go with 4 legions or less, I just don't have place for this bad boy. But it's still not the point of this video. Just more awakened mages, more legendary options, more flexibility. But the dangerous part is that modern mages progression no longer scales cleanly from hero count alone. The ecosystem around the hero quietly matters more. Now what I mean by that is, yes, with the time we was collecting mages till we actually hit a point where we was having like full, I don't know, like full five mage legions. Maybe that was my personal target, to have 5 mage legions. But with the time the game started presenting us with more and more heroes, starting with Musiang. After this, right now we have Seunia. Where is Seunia, by the way? Yeah, we're having Seunia. The majority of overall heroes is heroes that you can basically use with mages. Musiang, Thea, and also Seunia. These are heroes that you can basically use with mages. No issue, and some of them are best in SWAT. So we're having Generation 5 coming in the game right now. And this is, yeah, Kantaman and Verdun. These are the 2 new mages, very solid, very strong mages. So what is my problem here? My problem is, again, the ecosystem around the heroes that quietly matter more. Now, why mage accounts start losing depth? One of the weirdest things about mage's progression is that every new hero creates hidden future cost. The hero is only the beginning. Now account also need pets, the artifacts, the talent direction, the synergy support, the battlefield role, and also the decorations. I mean, and suddenly more heroes quietly become less finished accounts. Because, yeah, you're going to go out with your legion, but how strong is your pet? Do you have some good pet for the hero? And to be fair, pets are extremely important, even with the new heroes that are in the game. I'm going to show you one report of one bad boy. Okay, so I'm just going to try to find some where there is more damage on the enemy side. Maybe here. From the battle statistic, 6.6k is from the commander, and like 4k is from the pet. In the same time, you have also an artifact. Now, I'm not quite sure. I'm going to find some fight where there is a artifact involved, but where the artifact gets triggered and do some extra damage. But still, you get the idea. It's just the pet. The pet is that important, like the heroes. I think I spoke with some of the people that they told me that the pet, especially the good builded pet, is like 20-30% from the report is actually your pet. So you need pet, you need also the artifacts. For example, I'm going to give an example with Spirit Bone Torque, absolutely crazy good artifact. And you know, the Mage artifacts, specific artifacts for specific heroes, like Dragon Fate for Yuming, like Inferno Flame for Lilia. Right now with the new hero in the game, this is Verdun. With the runes he's having, he also have an artifact that is benefiting from this and actually is giving some extra buffs or additional effects. So my point is, especially for you, Ming, brother, this artifact is so crazy, doing extra 120 additional damage factor. But my point is that those heroes need pets, good pets, need artifacts. Definitely the talents are also very important. If you can get more, for example, damage do, increase damage do by some percentage, increase damage do by some percentage, rage regeneration. I mean, this hero skill damage, rage regeneration. Even though that Yuming is not the right hero to show you the rage regeneration, but yeah, the talents is also very important. If you go with the bad talents, well, it's going to still cut you like 5, maybe 10% from the damage output. If you don't have the pets, extra 20%, the artifact, extra 10-15%, and the synergy support. I mean, what is supposed to mean the synergy support is, for example, Yuming, when on the field, have blah blah blah, and the hero has 50% chance to get 10% defense. This, okay, maybe this is not. When prolonged damage, 50% chance to do extra instance, blah blah blah. Where is this thing? I don't find it. I mean, buffs, debuffs, this type of things. This type of things where the synergy is very strong between the heroes. Is also something that is going to give something in extra at the end of the day. So you start seeing that maybe 50%, close to 60% from the whole output of one Mage legion is depending of the context, the pets, the artifacts, the talent direction, the synergy support, and yeah. Now the illusion of roster strange. This is maybe the bad thing, is because you just have so many mages. You think, yeah, just players flex roster screenshot constantly. Maybe not that much over the over the heroes, but they definitely flex with the pets for sure. 5 awakened mages, multiple maxed heroes, new release, unlock it instantly. And to be fair, I also was hoping to get one of the new heroes, because I was going also. Now right now there's going to be little flex from my side, but I was going to immediately awake one of those heroes, but yeah, I didn't actually get I get the chance, since brother, how unlucky I can be with this thing. Look at this thing. This is the 2 new mages, brother. Anyway, let's not get distracted by the bad luck I'm having. But still, people are constantly flexing. But the strange part is that some of those accounts still trade horribly in the real KVK pacing, because visible roster strange is not the same thing as a battlefield efficiency, and many players confuse collection progress with the account health. And one of the things that right now is going to be extremely efficient on the open field is going to be the Doom Bracers, especially for the choke points and the breach fights. I think this is going to be very solid. Now, if you watch my videos, you're definitely going to learn a lot to get small advantages here and there. But this is true. I mean, just because you have awakened heroes, this don't matter anything. Now, why mages become an ecosystem, not a hero? This is where the game changes quietly. Old mage progression was mostly hero focused, and I'm talking about the Lilia, because right now With Lilia from the day one is doing crazy amount of damage, you know, many seasons. So yeah, the first mages was like this, but the game changed a lot. It present many, many, how to say it, many mechanics that counter mages. For example, Iron Clot from the infantry, reducing up to 40% the damage you're getting from mages, and from there increasing or bringing more heroes that is doing counterattack. So right now mages are looking to survive the counterattack, which is very funny. To survive the counterattack, we have cavalry also get boosted, marksmen get boosted. Only mages didn't get anything boosted. So right now the things for mages are completely different from what was back in the days. Now old mage's progression, modern mage progression is ecosystem focused. Now the pet matter massively, artifact matter massively, march role specialization matter massively, and that completely changes how strong account actually mean. It's no longer just I have this one and I have this one. Definitely in the season 1 we all fear from the people who was having Awakened Lilia. I mean, a single march was able to destroy tons of enemy legions. But right now things are not like this. Now, why spreading investments feels good initially? The dangerous thing about wild mage investments is that it feels productive emotionally. Which is new hero unlocked, new march available, new build possibility. The account feels more advanced every week. But the hidden damage appears later when none of the marches feels fully completed under pressure. And the thing, especially for the mages, brother, we're entering at time where I have like already have 5 awakened mage marches, and I really don't want to invest more, but the new mages are extremely strong. I was planning to go for cavalry, but yeah, it is what it is. So you have to be careful with these things, spreading your investments, because the moment I invest in the new mages, that means I'm going to put something aside and not invest in this thing. Obviously, Verdun should be a must-get hero because the artifact additional effect is based, and for him, on top of that, he's very solid with some strange, extremely OP spells at the end of the day. But yeah, in general, why stacking mages become a trap at the late game, and in general is because of this, because the people are looking just the heroes. I get asked question, is this hero good? Should I pair this hero and this hero? But the most important thing people don't ask me is, what is the context of this hero? Now, this hero with which pet should be? This hero which artifact should be? This hero which talent tree should be? Now, for some heroes, the things are obvious. For example, for Yuming, because the additional effect here is when launching a normal attack with where Legion has 100% chance to deal extra damage. This is one of the artifacts. This one is specifically for Lilia because when applying Scorch, and the new artifact is for the new artifact is for Valdun. But yeah, at the end of the day, you have to know the whole context to build some solid legions, not just mages, awakened mages, or even cavalry or whatever. So yeah, this will be for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit one like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.